one of those locations.
Yeah.
And this location.
I have mine.
What do you have?
Nachmark entry.
Yeah.
Entry, okay. But maybe you also could think about small, funny tasks, like you sit there belongs and you say to each one of them, and now do exactly the opposite of it. Try reverse thinking.
We need you to form a nice straight line so that our group can have a good look at you.
Okay, straight line.
Straight line.
Just like a short brief introduction of what we did. What we have here is beautiful mating dresses. Like, you know, from the birds and the animals, like typical dresses when it comes to see to the right part. And they made this little mapping of themselves. Okay, I'm like this, and I see this person, and they transferred it into a formal language, and now they will show their maintaining behavior and try to find the right person for themselves.
Wow. Okay.
Come on, you got all the poses.
So, I don't know how many of you saw, but light can be pretty evil. And during the first part of the presentation, there was light coming from the back of the curtain the whole time, and some of the presentations couldn't be seen as good. So what we did together is we put some chairs and blocked the curtain. So light can have different characteristics and meanings. So we thought the best way of stretching out ourselves is to have as many perceptions of light as there could be. So what we did was we just sat down on by the table and we drew everything we thought light represents to us. So everyone was given a marker, and in turn they had to give a picture of the word light. To make it more interesting, each of the participants was given a chance to pick one of the ideas of light and do a bigger sketch, an own version of what the interpretation of light is. Because what we were trying to do is take a look at how many meanings and ideas light as an integral part of this festival, and what we're going to come up in the next workshop is. So we'll start here.
Yeah. So This is where the light lives when everywhere else in the house is dark. It's a fridge. As a bonus, it gives you satisfaction if you have found what you were searching for.
So the idea behind that, the story is of blonde girls asking each other, where does the light come from? And then they figure it out that, you know, it's in the fridge.
Would you like to guess what I wanted to mean by drawing this?
A window.
Window, yeah.
Yeah, but what's behind?
From space.
What's the story? What's the story?
You are on the moon and you see the Earth. And the sun is shining on the Earth and you just cannot open the window.
Very good.
The main thing is that we can decide how much big window do we want to see in our room or inside us, that the light from the nature, the sun, go into our room or into our body, like the light as a knowledge, as experience, so which we could get from all over the world. And the main thing that sometimes you can go out from your room or out of the box, and that your ideas comes as suddenly as light.
The first one, that even if sun goes down, it rises anyway, like the next morning, of course. And the point is that the second point is that even if there is no sun at the moment here, it's always elsewhere around the world. So there is always light.
Nice.
Very optimistic.
What I like collecting cheesy book titles, like Almost Married or something like this, you know. And this will be a cheesy book title, Heavy Light. And it could be anything. So my point is, light has all these fantastic meanings, like there's only, if there's a lot of darkness, it means there's also a lot of light, and light is around the earth and so on, and you can you know, and it makes contrast, and that's important for us. But it's, on the same side, it can also be rather cheesy and have no meaning at all, just be, you know, stupid or
simultaneously contradictory.
Exactly. Thank you. Wow.
You could quote that.
In itself, very
Yes.
opposite. Like this is heavy and this is light.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
So,
you can play with those.
exactly. So there you have two books, very strong meanings, but what you create in the end is a cheesy book. It tells a story about someone.
So probably at the end of the workshop we'll have a book, and we hope that it won't be that cheesy.
What I like about this concept that you know, you can't rely too much on the technology and you can't rely too much on personal responsibility. So well, sometimes we just can turn to something pretty analog and old-fashioned. And the toilet is a thinking place as well, so always turn out the light and concentrate on your ideas.
We were a little bit late for the presentation because we spent so much time outside playing. What we did create, we took a small, just a small tour in a closed area, and the team produced a kind of a canon of a library of maps of different kinds of the same area. So I don't know if you want to share the experience. They also took pictures of certain points inside the area that caught their attention. I think it's incredible. It's like an instant publication.
Basically, we all went through the same places, but each of us noticed some different things. Some noticed sounds, some noticed some elements, some noticed something which was connected to the past. Someone noticed something connected with the current situation, like the new metal for lockers and everything like that. And we are all people, but we're all very, very, very different, and going through the same things. We feel it differently, we see it differently, hear it differently.
The task was to come up with a building in a town which would kind of take some characteristics from that object. The guys came up with amazing buildings like power with animals, and there were many great things. But then we kind of combined all these ideas together. We got like this a building which you haven't seen in your life ever. It's shiny, it's covered with advertisement, it's solar batteries, it's instant chicken soup floating, and it's amazing building. But we were asking ourselves, what's inside that building? What is there? And we kind of knew that inside there should be like some very simple thing, and we discussed, and we came to the conclusion that inside there is like a happiness. So from there we went that the happiness, and from there we went to that would be a place where everyone would go in, like you guys now, just strange people who doesn't know each other. And when you get in, it doesn't really matter. Do you get an iPad or you get some board or something? But while being in this building where there's nothing special inside, it's just very minimalistic, and you walk around and you see the people, and then suddenly on your iPads or whatever you have, you receive a message. And now the guys are like pretending they are like the transmitters, they are sending out those messages. Check out who is that person.